Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the One Meal Channel. I am Nathan. Today we are going to have one meal that will last us for the entire day until we eat again tomorrow. If you want to enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoy making them, grab your favorite beverage. I have two to choose from today. We have chicken broth and coffee. And let us have ourselves a toast with one another in celebration of another daily upload. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the coffee mug that I have is absolutely massive. If I get up and over here, this is a normal coffee mug that all of you have at home. This is what I drink out of every day. That's probably 16 to 20 ounces of coffee. I go through quite a few of them every day. Well, let's put in a cup of rice, cup and a half of water. Bring this out, get it cooking, and move over to our bacon. We are cutting back on the bacon consumption ever so slightly today. I feel like we have been doing bacon overload recently, which is kind of nice, but also a little daunting, a little bit insane. Roommate has have some, I think that's salmon. He's having some salmon tonight, which is awesome. Not seen him cook up salmon in quite some time. It is still snowing where we are at over here. We thought the winter was behind us and we were on into the nice lovely weather. But no. It started snowing once again. I was just thinking about going out, getting prepped to go fishing myself for some lovely rainbow trout. Cooking some of that up again like we did last year, but no. No, the weather says not for a while. Not for a while. And that's okay. We have a nice full day ahead of us. Lots of chores to do. Lots of research to be done, editing, uploading. Did I mention cleaning? Rogue piece of potato on the ground. Potato will not be graced. Being put into the cooking pot today. Into the trash it goes. My goodness. I thought that I'd sharpened this knife just a couple of days ago. You guys saw me. Gosh, I'm all over the place with the potatoes. It is actually quite dull. All things considered. Oh, and if you were a long-time viewer of the channel, it's your lucky day, because you get to see shorts Nathan once again. People rarely see shorts Nathan, but today was a shorts kind of day. Okay. It's been about 2 weeks for me and I'm still battling some sort of cold. I think it's pneumonia. I think it's what it is. At this point, because it's lasted so long, I think it's pneumonia. Still coughing up stuff that's not supposed to be in your body. Still got the sniffles. But the good news is my day-to-day operations are not really affected. I can go about my day relatively normally. I just need a few extra tissues from time to time. All right, let's move our potato in here. Should cook up relatively quickly. Chicken broth every single day. It does help with any sort of illness you have. I'm aware that there are some existing bone broth supplements out there. Basically just concentrated bone broth that you can put in some water in a tablet. But I would be interested in coming up with my own formula. Out of all of the different things that I've tried, from a health perspective, from a diet perspective over the last 5 years, bone broth is by far probably the most important thing that I've incorporated into my day-to-day diet. I think chicken is extremely good. I believe fish is good as well. I don't know the difference between chicken and fish. I believe pork is bad comparatively. Beef probably is best, but I'm not sure. They used to say that beef was a superfood, but it's also one of the largest industries in America, so I'm not so sure if I'm going to trust that it's a superfood when there's obviously lots of incentive for it to be called that. There, chop this up nice and small. Switch over to our coffee. We've got some trash to take out after this. Noah, our roommate, he has been weighing his food recently as well. So he's been leaving it out for both me and himself. I'm glad that's been useful for him. Get ourselves a couple of wings. And I was just at the store, got myself some more food, and I thought that I had remembered everything, but in usual Nathan fashion, I did forget something. We're out of like our teriyaki sauce and our soy sauce. So I might be able to add a little bit more to our meal today. So I might have just a little bit left over. But I think we're going to have to go the seasoning route. I'll add some garlic seasoning to this. The bacon is going to make everything salty, so I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, we're down to one more chicken and one last chicken breast after this meal. Let's get our wishbone here. Look at that. Pulled the wishbone. Let's see what we got. Right side wins. Okay, and this is the last time I'm going to use the knife, so I'm not going to be super concerned about getting the handle dirty. Let's cut this down. Combination of big pieces and small pieces. Most important part is getting the skin to cut through cleanly. It's a little annoying dealing with a big blob of skin. You're trying to eat your meal. That looks good. That looks good, my friends. Use the back of our hands to turn this on. And I'm sorry, I've been doing good so far, but my nose is giving me an issue. Yeah, a couple of you mentioned being up on your vitamin D when you're sick is good too. Yeah, I have been absolutely ripping through my vitamin D. I have a pretty good dietitian. I get my blood work done pretty consistently, so I have a good understanding of where my body is at. And the guy I work with who reviews everything with me, he got me a hold of some pharmaceutical grade vitamin D supplements, which is like a single pill, single supplement is like 10,000 IUs, which is well above your daily required intake of vitamin D. But when you take an oral supplement, it's only about 10% efficacious from what I researched, so most of it gets filtered out through your liver and your bladder. Injections, I believe, are probably the most efficacious way of delivering, vitamin supplements and other things that you need. But he got me a hold of that, not because I was sick, but just from reviewing my blood work about last year. He got me a six-month supply. I took it for about 3 months. Took my blood work again, and I was well over where my vitamin D needed to be. And so we kind of tapered off of that and just changed up my diet a little bit. My blood work has been good since then, but I never got rid of that supply. So I started taking it again now that I've gotten sick. And again, I don't know if any of these things are helping. I've obviously remained sick for the last 2 weeks ever since I returned. But again, my focus is mostly just on being able to go about my day regularly. With the exception of my first 2 days back from Japan, I've been able to do everything I need to do. Our rice is going to be done here pretty soon. We cut our onions up really small, so those will cook through very quickly. Let's add our chicken in, which is already pre-cooked, just to warm it up a bit. All looks really nice. We have been over 2 pounds of food throughout the entire week, and I'm just taking a look at this right now. I would go out and venture and say that we're going to be under 2 pounds today, which is fine. There's a new Chinese place that came into town recently over here. It's absolutely busy. Noah went out there and grabbed me a plate of food, and I had that for dinner yesterday, which is really nice. Definitely overstuffed myself then. So, I'm taking it easy on the quantity of food we have today. Something I welcome wholeheartedly. Hence why we're doing less bacon. Let's see, what else can I update you on? Yeah, egg prices are steadily going down. They could get back up again. There are tariffs in the U.S. that are being brought against Mexico. And Mexico, I believe, is America's #1 fruit, vegetable, and dairy, which includes poultry, provider, importer in the world. We're #1 food importer. And we've still put some tariffs against them, but there's been a hold on basically consumer products. So I work in the commercial space. I work with businesses. So I've seen the tariffs affect all of their companies about 25% across the board. Everything's about 25% more expensive. But for consumers, the consumers really haven't seen it yet. The eggs prices are high, not because of the tariffs, but because America culled like millions of chickens right before November last year. And so about this time, it's been about 3-4 months since then. This is about when we would expect the egg prices to go down, because we've been able to recoup all of the losses in chickens that we had before. If that tariff exception against consumers goes back, or the exception goes away and the tariff against consumers goes back into place on April 2nd, then those prices will go up, along with everything else as well. So we'll see. Actually, now that I think about it, the prices will probably go up, but not by a lot. America makes so much of its own eggs, or produces so much of its own eggs, that probably won't be an issue. Fruits and vegetables, however, or onions, don't need to worry about the potatoes. America makes plenty of potatoes. Dang, this non-stick pan is not very non-stick anymore, is it? I feel like we just got it. Okay. All right. So what are we gonna do from the seasoning perspective? I want to stay away from salt. What is this? Garlic and onion seasoning. Well, we already have onion in there, but let's do the garlic and onion seasoning. That should be enough. And then what? A little bit of pepper. Since we're not going to be doing any sauces today, just a little bit of pepper. we're getting quick with this. We're getting absolutely quick with this. We even included some of our bacon cooking process in this video instead of skipping it like we usually do. We're going to get done preparing this meal here in just a few minutes. Doesn't take too long to cook. So, like I said, tons of chores for me today. A lot more editing that needs to be done. We'll be ready and raring to go in no time. But tomorrow I think I'll clean the kitchen. The stove is looking a little dirty. I'm usually the one that cleans all of that. So I'll get to that and we'll film ourselves cleaning the kitchen. Spend a little bit of time together. Keep sniffling a little bit. Sorry about that. If there was one thing I could change about these videos, it's just a little bit less sniffling. All of this looks incredibly good. Now the one little downside of not using sauce is, it just helps all the rice stick with everything else as well. I like sticky food. So I always make a bigger mess when I don't add sauces, because the rice just wants to go everywhere. So again, we're taking our massive, extremely heavy cooking pan here with us, getting all of this poured in, nice. Cover that up to make it easier to clean. Lid on. Put this back into place. Throw this in the trash, that needs to go out. And it's time for the final step of every Nathan meal. Back to pounds. Now I know why it's always going to ounces, because no one's using it. So here we go. Oh my goodness, and we are still at 2 pounds. Another exactly 2 pound meal again today. So we're doing good. We're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. This is like day 6 or day 7 in a row where we have been eating at least 2 pounds of food in a single meal every day, not including the bacon. Obviously, if we included the bacon, we'd be well over that. But we're talking about what we are putting in the bowl. It is over 2 pounds. So let us get a head start on our meal. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Hot, 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 hot.